guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Belinda. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome again to another video. This is my second video as part of the Vlogmas. So Vlogmas is where, I'll be trying my best to upload a video every single day until Christmas, with exception of weekends, because we all need a break. Always make sure to take a break for your own mental wellness. You need to relax, not everyday hard work. So if you watched my video yesterday, you may be wondering, why is she wearing the same top? Well, the truth is I recorded these videos back to back because if I'm to have a new video up every day, I'm gonna need to put in the hard work. I have a 9-to-5, guys, so we have to put in these videos when there is time. So this is as you can tell, the vibes of these videos, the Vlogmas videos, will be very different to my normal videos. I want to keep it real, raw and honest. I want it to be more of a conversation between me and you. I want to talk about things that you want to hear from me, things that you probably never heard me talk about but you want me to talk about on this channel. I want it to be exciting, useful for you, something you want to watch every single day, because if I'm going to be spamming your YouTube timeline, I might as well talk about something you want to hear. But going straight into it before I go into a tangent, the theme this week is ACCA. This is because a lot of you who watch me are ACCA students and you probably have an exam next week. So I wanted to go through a lot of the questions you guys have been sending me. You'll have seen yesterday I answered some of your questions. Of course, a lot of you have been leaving questions in my videos, which I truly appreciate. It shows that you are truly engaged with my content. So I'll go through some of them today. I'll try not to keep the video too long and we can go from there. So Sonia asks, would you recommend Kaplan or BPP study material? Sonia, I think you know the answer to this question if you've been watching my videos. If you haven't, make sure to watch my playlist. But I do recommend Kaplan. Both are ACCA approved, so you can use either. This is literally just a personal preference. I like how they lay out the content in their study text. It's very easy to follow, especially for me who doesn't have a financial background. Well, now I'm an ACCA affiliate, so I guess I have a financial background. But by the time I was doing self-study, I didn't have a financial background. I'm more of a STEM graduate, so I did need something that spells it out. And since I wasn't going to any college, I didn't have any tutor available to teach me, I went through the fully self-study route. I definitely needed something self-explanatory, so it's just my preference. But as long as you go for a tuition provider who is ACCA approved, you are set to go for the exam. It means they cover their syllabus, the material covers what's needed for the exam. Sonia then goes on also to ask, I am an AAT level 4 student and planning to start ACCA self-study and wish to give a fast, easiest paper. Which one do you suggest? So first of all, Sonia, the fact that you have AAT means you're probably eligible for some exemptions. So if I were you, I would check out how many exams I am exempt from. You can usually find this on the ACCA website. When you go to ACCA exemptions, literally just Google ACCA exemptions, you'll get the link and you can see as an AAT level 4 student how many exams are you exempt from. Then in terms of which is the easiest paper, it's quite straightforward. So you start with applied knowledge and then applied skills level papers and then strategic professional. They are literally, that's the hierarchy. The easiest are usually the fast ones, and then complexity builds as you go along. Maybe when you start off, it's usually multiple choice and maybe just a few long answer questions. As you go along, you start doing more case study. It becomes less about theory and more about you applying it to situations. So the complexity definitely increases as you go up the papers. And honestly, also the price does, it's reflected in the price. Strategic professional papers are expensive. I think it's only the options papers that become a little bit more affordable. But strategic leader and strategic reporting papers, my friend, they are expensive. So you can definitely tell from the price which ones are the hard ones and which are the easy ones. Going on, we have Nobukosi Ndebele left a comment 3 weeks ago. Hey, I start panicking when I go through 3 questions, which I answer, unsure, F2. Any tips on final prep for this module? Okay, Nobukosi, this happens a lot. Don't worry, you are not alone. When preparing for exams, most of the time you'll start with reading the theory. And as you read through the examples, as you read through the theory, you feel like you're really understanding, especially this happens with the more complex papers, the more advanced papers. You feel like you are understanding it. Then now when you try the exam paper or a mock paper, you realize, gosh, I did not understand anything. This is natural. Now, what you have done there is you have established right before your exam that you still need some work. You have some work to do. This is normal. Do not panic. What do you need to do? Go through the exam, and so there's usually a marking scheme. Go through the marking scheme and understand what is it that they're looking for. This is how they expect you to answer, because sometimes it's not that you don't know anything. It's more so you find that the answer you provided is not good enough. You wrote that answer, a whole paragraph or whatever it was, thinking that that will give you 5 marks. There's no question for 5 marks. It tends to be 10 marks. And remember, I'm talking more from strategic professional, because that's the most recent in my mind, the most recent experience I've had. But the panic tends to happen in that it's not like you don't know anything, it's just you realize you don't know enough. Now go through that answer in the marking scheme and then browse through your notes. So this is where note taking is very important. Hopefully you are taking some notes as you are studying, because you don't want to be overwhelmed with reading a whole topic over again, and you probably don't even have the time to read a whole topic. So you want to go through the summary notes for that specific topic the question was about, and that will reinforce the knowledge in your head. And you know how best to know if you understood it? Attempt another similar question, and you'll find the more questions you do, the better you get at answering those questions, and you'll be fine. This is why you always need to attempt at least 2 mock papers before an exam, 2 full. And if you can do them in exam conditions, that is even best. But if you're short for time because you're working or whatever the case, you can still sit for a question at a time. But just make sure when you're sitting for that question in your short break, make sure you answer it in the time you would answer it in an exam. So for example, if an exam has 100 marks, you can divide that per question and see how long a question needs to take you. So it might be 1.8 marks per minute. You need to cover 1.8 marks per minute. So if it's a 5-mark question, do the maths and see how long it should take you to answer that exam. So I hope I've explained that in a long-winded way, but I hope you get the point. It's okay to know that you're not ready. The point is to know that before you actually sit for the exam, so that you can do something about it. Now, somebody else asked, they're calling themselves No One. So No One asks, what is the best website to study for ACCA Foundation Diploma? Again, I didn't choose any online material, but there are very many good tuition providers out there. So just check if they are ACCA approved, and that's it. That's all. You can choose whoever you want. It's really down to your personal preference. So just some comments from Pablo. Very good video. Thank you. Thanks, Pablo. I'm currently a student. So Anot Hai says, I'm currently a student and will be passing the F7 plus F8 papers this December. Yes. What I love is the fact that you have claimed that you're passing, because it's all about mental. Trust me, you can really prepare. But if you're stressed out, if you're not trusting yourself, then in fact you find yourself a whole evening, you've not done anything productive during the exam. Things you just forget. It happens. So the least you can do for yourself is trust that what you've read is okay. Now, I'm not saying don't be prepared and then just trust yourself, but if you know you've put in some effort, trust that effort and just do your best under the circumstances. When you are panicking a bit too much, you will not do yourself justice, because remember, part of passing the exam is actually showing up. Part of passing the exam is attempting every question. You don't need to attempt every question 100% in that you're sure you've gotten all the marks, but a sure way to make sure you failed is leaving a question unanswered. So make sure you attempt every question. If you are struggling with a question, move on. In fact, I think this will be my video for the next day, for my third video. What is it that you need to do in the exam room? Because it's just as important as the preparation you've done outside the exam room. Let's talk about that a bit in more detail in tomorrow's video. Bye, all the best.